Brenda here, and I know that a little bit of love advice gives you a whole new perspective on dating and relationships. I can't tell you how much I want you to become single to married God's way. And I know it just doesn't happen. We just don't leave it to fate. We actually have to become a serious student of love, of life, and of God. I know this to be true. I wasn't always this happy. I wasn't always this energetic. I wasn't always this passionate for love. I've done it wrong so many times in the past, over and over. And then, wow, when I learned the truth, when I really learned what I needed to do to transform my love life, to transform future relationships leading to marriage, that's what I wanted. I wanted a real, solid, amazing marriage that would have an impact on not just my life, not just my kids' life, but the whole world. Yes, I did. And I know that you want a good marriage. I know that you're listening to this because you know that it is possible. It is possible to live a happily ever after. And I know that you want that. I know it's possible. And you should have it. So here's what I want to do for you. I want to jam-pack you with everything that I learned. And I want to save you the grief and the time and the trouble of not knowing what your next step should be. The first thing I want to do is get this in your hands. It's called Single Insights. It's where I kind of just pour into you maybe some things that you never really thought of when it comes to relationships, when it comes to being single to married God's way. There's things in here that, if you even just get one small tweak in your thinking, in your approach, in your positioning, then it's gonna change everything, okay? So that's the first thing, Single Insights. You need that one right in your hands. So now that you have all the insights, then here you go. 5 tips to finding Mr. Right. Where to find him? Where do you find him? So I got 5 tips for you right here. This is really going to get you to where you need to be. Position yourself for love. So now that you found that Mr. Maybe, the one who would possibly be for a forever love, you'll need to know what to ask. Because you really aren't going to know if he is the one unless you ask great dating questions. This is absolutely, hands down, the most important tool that you could have in your hands when you're dating. So it's strategic and it's a system, and here it is, 107 great dating questions. So now that you have all those great tools in your hand, I want to invite you to my inner circle. So this here is going to be a private community where you and I can talk girl to girl about any situation that you come across. So that is going to be for you, your mentor, me, in your back pocket. The other thing you're going to get is the Single to Married God's Way private singles community. That's where men and women meet, and we're all under the same teaching and influence and learning the same stuff. And that is to be single to married God's way. Who knows? You might meet your husband there. So I want you to have all this great stuff, and it's a crazy low price, not even an issue, but you are going to become single to married God's way. I'll see you in the private singles community. And don't forget to drop a line and say hi in my inner circle.